And we're back in, and we can check really quickly to make sure that Nginx started automatically. So for that, I'll do sudo systemctl status Nginx, and we can see that it is running. So that's a good test. If your power goes off on your server, you definitely want it to come back up automatically, and we can see that it's doing that. Our next step then is to make this a little more secure. We've been doing everything as root. And remember, I mentioned before that root is a special login. You don't usually use it. It's the only one on here right now, which is why we've used it. But let's fix this. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a non-privileged user. Root has administrative privileges throughout the system. It's generally better if you use a non-privileged user, something that doesn't have access to everything on the system. There are security concerns. I'm always afraid that if I'm running around as root, I might accidentally delete something important that I can't get back. And at least there's a little bit of a sanity check if you're doing that as an unprivileged user. So I'll create my unprivileged user by typing add user. And I'm going to call mine site admin. Of course, you can change it to whatever you'd like. When I press enter, it's going to ask me some questions. So first thing it wants to know is what password should we be using. So I'll give it 1. It's going to ask again. And the rest of this is just organizational elements. Remember that Unix is designed to be used by large organizations. So tracking things like name, room number, phone number, things like that might be useful in a bigger organization. I don't really use this feature very much, but I'll go ahead and put site administrator here for the name. And I'm going to leave the rest of this empty, but you could use this for different things, like maybe where the server's located, something like that. You can use your imagination, but you don't have to use them if you don't want to. So you can just hit enter and it will move on, and eventually it will say, is this information correct? We'll say, yes, it is. Now we've got our unprivileged user. This tutorial is going to go a lot more smoothly, though, if I add it to the sudoers group. So let's do this. If we don't do this, then we're going to have to keep logging in as root anytime we want to change the system, and sometimes that can get cumbersome. If you'd rather the system be more tightly locked down, of course, you can skip this step and just log in as root every time you need to make a change to the system. But I'm going to set it up so that I can do things from the site admin login that we just created. So let's type in user mod -a capital G sudo and then site admin, which is the ID that we created just a moment ago. If you found value in this video, if you learned something new, help me out with a like and subscribe. For more videos on software development and DevOps from a developer's perspective, check us out at maddevskills.com or on Twitter @devskills.